What's up? All Things Marvel here. Now, this video is a bit of a weird one because it is a movie review from a company I haven't done yet, and that's DC. Now, I'm going to be honest, at the moment, I'm not going to be doing a lot of DC reviews because the movies that already exist, which I would consider watching, have already been out for a long time, so it's just too long to physically do a review for them. The only upcoming recent films are The Flash and Aquaman 2. I'm not going to watch Aquaman 2. I've seen the film or the trailer. It doesn't interest me. I am a Marvel fan, mainly because I like the stories they tell better. I like how they do it better. I feel that DC don't do it well, but there was one film I did really want to see, being The Flash. I actually liked this film. I'm not saying it was the best cinema we've had. It's definitely had its differences between the original DC films. I will say that. But DC have changed so much, and not in a bad way. Good way. The thing with Marvel is they started off not necessarily bad, but they weren't exactly good, but then they became better over time. And DC, they just became worse over time. And The Flash, despite Ezra Miller, despite all the things he has done, without they had the chance to make The Flash box office hit, a smash at the box office, and it could have saved DC, but that's the thing, it didn't. It failed, and that's because of what they done. They put these cameos, which I did love. Don't get me wrong, I loved the cameos. I was happy seeing these cameos, but I feel some of them, I felt they didn't have to do CGI, because obviously the ones with like Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, I think, was in it. But the people who were in it, which from the CGI which were in it, of those who are either too old to play their characters or are obviously passed away, I understand them using it for that. But stuff like Nicolas Cage's Superman, Henry Cavill's Superman, well, even Henry Cavill, they use CGI to recreate it. They got a scene and used CGI to animate it. A scene which had already happened in past, in past DCU. It was lazy. I feel they used too much CGI. The only thing which actually made it really good for me was the new Supergirl, and obviously Michael Keaton returning as Batman. But they just didn't. I feel they should have got Henry Cavill Superman, gave him a bigger part, actually getting casted in it, physically acting, not CGI. Same with what they done with Nicolas Cage's Superman. I think they should have got him to act. And the better way I would have done it is instead of having Ezra Miller have two versions of Barry Allen, just be the two Flashes. I think they should have introduced a third Flash. They should have introduced two other Supermans in this, and they should have introduced two other Batmans. I think what they should have done to make it better was have the fight be towards the end of the fight consist of three Batmans, being Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and The Dark Knight. Then have the three Flashes being Ezra Miller's, obviously, for regular Flash, the Ultimate Universe Flash that he went in Saw, and Grant Gustin's Flash. Then with Superman having, obviously, the new Supergirl, the CW Supergirl from the Arrowverse, and Henry Cavill's Superman. Potentially, maybe even a fourth Superman, being obviously the one which was seen fighting the Spider, used CGI, which still, I feel, for them to do that to Nicolas Cage, I just totally didn't like that. I didn't like what they done with that. I think they disrespected him with that. But yeah, that's what they done. They decided to do it that way. It's up to them. and then they should have kept it so the Flash that stayed in that universe was Grant Gustin's to sort of leave Ezra Miller. That's one way they could have done it. Or keep it similar but rewrite it a bit, and instead of Ezra Miller being the Flash, having Grant Gustin take up that Flash, and then swap it at the start, put Grant Gustin in, and then have them swap over universes. So that way we know that Ezra Miller playing Flash, his Flash character would still exist somewhere out there, but it wouldn't be seen on television or on, on the screens, because the Arrowverse had ended. And this movie version, if they want to put the Flash in, they can have Grant Gustin. If they do decide to recast Flash in the new DCU, Grant Gustin should be it. I know he's played Flash already, but he is a better Flash. Besides all of this stuff that Ezra Miller's doing, he's just a better actor for the Flash as well. And obviously, I'm not saying that Ezra Miller isn't in the wrong. Of course he is. I'm not protecting or sticking up for Ezra Miller whatsoever. I'm just reviewing the movie for the other characters. I'm leaving that part out of the movie in terms of the behind the scenes stuff for these reviews. It's nothing to do with the actors in terms of what they've done behind the scenes. It's if I criticise the actors, it is for what the impact they've had on the film, in terms of if they were a bad actor. And if he was a good actor in it, I would have said, despite everything that's going on, he was a good actor in this, but he wasn't even a good actor in it, I don't think. I feel he was lazy in it, and they should have recast the Flash. Or just completely, cancelled the Flash movie, rewrote it, or, still, pushed it to a later date and released it at a different time. But they decided to go with it. I feel they shouldn't, because not just because of obvious reasons. With Ezra Miller, obviously, yes, those as well, but not just those. Mainly because he was a poor actor for it. And also, the Arrowverse, they collided those universes for no reason whatsoever now. But, I enjoyed it. The biggest thing was that sort of multiverse bit where he was going, you could see the different universes version. I loved that, but I feel they could have done it better. And Michael Keaton Batman. That is my favourite DC movie, is Michael Keaton's first Batman. They even put George Clooney in, not with a bat nipple suit, thank God, or even in a Batman suit at the end. So he's now in George Clooney's universe, Ezra Miller, and he's like, at the end he's like, what the fuck? No, it wasn't, sorry, what the fuck, who the fuck's this guy? That ending wasn't needed, mainly because I thought, why the hell are you bringing in George Clooney at the end like that? Give him a Batman suit, just not the original one. Have him fight as Batman. And does this mean he's in Batman? And is this the new Batman? Is it going to be George Clooney? Like, we don't know, but yeah. I will be watching DC in the future because they are promising. I will watch the first movie, and if I like it, then I will watch it and I'll review it. If I like it, I'll continue. If I don't, I won't. I'll make my points very clear on that. I will do 2 videos of that, one for the review of the movie and one for what I think of DC How Far. But I've got hopes with them because James Gunn is. So James Gunn is the head of DC now, which means any projects after Aquaman 2 are his. The only reasons why The Flash and Aquaman 2 aren't anything to do with him is because they were planned before he took over, and they began writing on before they took over, and so yeah. But all I'd say, The Flash, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 because I liked it, but it could have been better. It wasn't the best movie, but I did enjoy it. I would get it on Blu-ray. It was weird, mainly because of Ezra Miller. His acting was just bad in it. I'm sorry. The only reason why it's managed to stay at 4 is because of Michael Keaton really carrying that film. Even Ben Affleck, it didn't seem like Ben Affleck wanted to be there, which he probably didn't. And same with Gal Gadot, But yeah, that's why my score of the Flash movie is going to be a 4 out of 10. So yeah, that is just the harsh reality of this film, which could have been a box office hit. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.